Hey there, girlfriend. Ingafay here, your direct sales diva. And today I wanted to talk to you about six-pack abs, building a rock star direct sales business, and a loving relationship. What do they have in common? It's the DMO. Let's talk, shall we? Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you inside. Today, I wanted to talk to you about building your daily routine. And we'll just say daily routine, aka DMO, daily mode of operation. So you may be thinking, well, why do I need to build a daily routine? Why is that even necessary? I already know when I go to work from 8 to 4:30 or 8 to 5. I know that part of it. So why do I need to build anything else around it? Well, what I've learned that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's just the bottom line. So when you're working for an employer, you have a set schedule, like I just mentioned. However, when you are working for yourself, for whatever reason, we don't think we need a set schedule. Well, you do need a set schedule. You need to know when you're working and when you're going to be off. And you want to even put this on paper so you can roll with that information from the beginning of the day, more so than just kind of letting your schedule happen. I know when I first took the plunge of being an entrepreneur full time, I had a lot of people saying like, well, you'll be able to do stuff whenever you want to do it and you'll be able to sleep in and all that. And I was just thinking, well, granted, the entrepreneur life is a flexible life, but at some point you got to work. And if you don't work, you don't eat, especially when you're an entrepreneur, because you don't have that guaranteed salary coming in on the 15th and the 30th or the once a month, if that's how you get paid. It's very important that you have a plan each day and to make that plan a reality by doing those things that are going to work in your favor. So I wanted to kind of break down what I do each day to give you all overview on how to plan your day if you're thinking about planning your day outside of your work schedule, even when you are working, because it's going to help you be more productive and get more things done faster. So the first thing I wanted to tell you, and I think I've already mentioned it, is that you want to plan your day on paper before you actually walk it out. So what does that mean? So you want to set up what's called jam sessions. And jam sessions are anywhere from 90 minutes to 120 minutes where you are singly focused on one type of activity. And I know that there are many people out here that think that multitasking is the way to go. But know that when you multitask, you are not really focusing on what you need to focus on, and it's going to take you longer to do the things that you need to do. Now, I can tell you, and I'm sure some of you will try to argue me down and say, oh, Inga, that's not the case. And I can promise you it is, because I have done it both ways. And I've realized that when you're single focused, you can really hone in to do the things that you need to do in a shorter amount of time. I can give you an example. I remember I was working on a course and I had given myself 90 minutes to actually do this particular portion of the course. Another thing before I go into finish up the story is that whatever amount of time that you give yourself to do it is the amount of time that it's going to take. I forget what that actual theory is called, but whatever amount of time that you give yourself is what it's going to take. So I had given myself 90 minutes to do this particular task. I had cut off my phone. I had cut off the notifications. I had closed my office door, told my husband and son that I was really needed to be super focused so I could really hone in on what I had to do. In that 90-minute period, I can recall doing those same tasks before, and it took me over 6 hours to do. I was able to do that in 90 minutes, y'all, and it was just kind of basically writing out an email sequence that I wanted to send out to my customers. I was dazed, glazed, and amazed on how quickly it was done. It was because I was single focused. So when you have those 90 minutes of time where you can really just focus on one task at a time, it really helps you to get things done and get them done quickly because you don't have the distractions. Because every time you really single focus on one thing and you have a distraction, it takes you 23 minutes, y'all, to get back to where you actually were. So every time the phone rings or you're answering a text or something like that, it'll take you 23 minutes to get back to the point that you were before. And I got that from my mentor, Darren Hardy. That is exactly how long it takes. So you want to make sure that you get rid of the distractions. You put your phone on do not disturb and you really focus on the activity that you have to do. For the most part, I find myself, I can do about 3, sometimes 4 if it's a good day, but most of the time it's about 3 jam sessions a day, given about 15 to 30-minute break in between. And that's just to allow myself to move so I won't be stiff, and just to kind of give my brain a break for just a moment in time. And when you're single focused that way, you can get so much more done. Another thing that I like to do is I make time for the things that are important to me. That would be, a date night with my husband, morning bonding with my son. We get up and just kind of hang out before he has to go to school. Prayer and devotion, my workouts, I put that on a schedule like it's an appointment, like a doctor's appointment. So I am committed to myself that this is what I'm going to do each day, and this is the time frame that I'm going to do it in. Now, I can tell you, does it always go as planned? No, not at all. Because, we plan and God laughs, and God has a plan for us that may not necessarily be our plan. We have it all planned out, and then life happens. And granted, I will say that happens to me as well. I'm not perfect in any way. But when you have that plan, it does help you at least know where you stop, where you need to pick up and come back to. Another thing that I have done, I don't do anything on my phone until after my very first jam session, which is normally around 10:30. I'm not looking at my text. I'm not looking at my email. I'm not responding to anything, because most of the time when that's happening, you are reacting to what someone wants you to do more so than being proactive to what you want to get done. So let me say that again. When you respond to texts ahead of what you need to get done, you are reacting to what someone wants you to do more so than being proactive and getting the things that you want to get done. And there's very much a difference. Even if you have customers that you need to serve, you still have other things in your business that you're going to want to work on. And as a result of that, you want to be single focused and make sure you get those things done first and then move on to the next thing. Another thing that I do at night is to make sure that I write down the most important things that I need to do for the following day. And I call that the 6 most important things. And whatever those 6 most important things, that's what I'm going to use to actually plan out the day. In addition to that, if I have people that I need to contact for whatever reason, I wasn't able to contact them the day of, like I said, so today is Thursday, I wasn't able to contact them today, I could put them on my list for Friday. And I write that down at night before I go to bed too. So when I wake up, there's no question on, well, who do I need to call the next day? In addition to that day, I always make sure that I end my day with gratitude. What am I grateful for? What happened to me today that I just want to reflect and just be grateful that happened? Because in spite of all of the things that we are working to make happen that may not have necessarily happened yet, we still want to be grateful for the things that are happening, that we are getting just a little bit closer to our goal, and just taking value in that and celebrating those little wins that's getting us closer. In addition to that, I make it a point to do a tracker. I have a tracker of the things that I'm working on, my goals, and I hold myself accountable that if I was supposed to make 10 calls today, did I do that? And I track myself that at the night. And that way it's no question, well, Inga, you said you wanted to make 10 calls this morning, but did you do that? And it's 9:00 tonight. I make sure that I hold myself accountable, because I know that work wins when wishing won't. So I make it a point to do what I say I'm going to do and to have self-accountability by doing that kind of tracking in the end. So I'm curious, what do you do? Do you take the time for journal writing just to kind of write down your key learnings of the day and maybe what you need to tweak, and then repeat the process again to get better and better? I would love to know that, just to know what your style is. I know I make it a point to do that, to write down the key learnings so I can further expand what I've learned for the day. I do have a habit tracker that I would love to bless you with. If you're interested in tracking your habits, by all means, let me know by commenting below. I hope you found value in the information that I shared with you today. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. And if there's any topics you would like me to discuss in the future, be sure to share those below as well. I would love to connect with you. So go to my website, ingafay.com, to schedule a discovery call so we can work together and help each other hustle, grow, and excel in our business. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.